Welcome back. Twitter taking the first of its lumps from whistleblower allegation that the social media company has a bot problem. Rosenblatt this morning downgrading Twitter to neutral from buy on the news, slashing its price target to $37. That's down from $52 a share. While the allegations could tilt things in Elon Musk's favor, the implications are set to go beyond the deal and affect the very future of the social media company. Here with more, we've got Dan Howley of Yahoo Finance, of course. Dan, help us break this down and the allegations, why they're more significant than even Elon Musk and what he's alleged thus far.
Yeah, so basically what Elon Musk has said, and there's nuances here, right? This whistleblower complaint basically pointing out that there's you could call it just a lackluster attempt at security at Twitter, and that they don't necessarily know how many bots are on the platform. So here's where it starts getting a little tricky, right? There's two different measurements of users on Twitter, and the whistleblower alleges that this is just to help build up Twitter and make it seem like there's less bots. So there's the overall number of users, and then there's monetizable daily active users, the MDAUs. So the big deal here is that Twitter says that the MDAUs is less than 5% of total users are bots, right? Elon Musk goes against that. He says, look, it could be as high as 20%. This whistleblower complaint says Twitter doesn't even know how many bots are on the platform, period, outside of those monthly daily active or monetizable daily active users. So he's essentially saying that they have no idea how many bots are on the platform, and they're disincentivized from even figuring that out because it could look bad if the total number of bots on that platform is massive compared to the average number of real users. And so there's those allegations. There's the allegations that they just haven't complied with a 2011 FTC consent decree, basically saying that they needed to step up their security capabilities, saying that more than half of the company's users have incredible access. Half the company's employees have incredible access to user data. We're talking like instant access to user data here, among other things. And so the main issues here then come down to, what does this mean for the company? Well, it could mean just an untold number of shareholder lawsuits against Twitter if these allegations do hold water. The other issue would be FTC fines coming at Twitter. And so then you look at, well, okay, if Twitter has been this egregious in failing to live up to that FTC agreement and has not been providing any real evidence as to the number of bots on the platform overall, then how do you trust the executive team? Well, if they want to turn that around, then the executive team might end up hitting the door. So this seems to be more of an existential problem for Twitter than Elon Musk's potential takeover. Not that the company is going away, obviously. The users are still going to be there. But when you're an advertiser and you look at something like this and that's their bread and butter, how do you then go and say, you know what, I'm going to stick with Twitter?
Well, and it also raises the question of whether it could be negative for the company, but a court could still force Musk to take it over because of the legal definitions, which, to be full disclosure and admission, I don't know all the ins and outs of that, but because he waived due diligence, it has to do with what the company disclosed to him and when and all of. I don't know. It's hard to know what's going to happen here.
One of the experts that I spoke to basically said that exact same thing, that he kind of tripped himself up by not having to go through this whole due diligence that you would think that he would have gone through when buying Twitter. And so they can say, well, Twitter may not have the right numbers, as far as overall bots, but maybe if they're monetizable daily active users, number of bots is still less than 5%. Hey, you just went ahead and skipped the due diligence. You still got to pay up. So, one person I spoke to said it could buy him a little bit extra time in court, but the likelihood is that it will still come out as either a settlement or he's going to have to go ahead and just swallow it and buy all of Twitter.
The saga continues. Dan Howley, thanks so much.